What's going on, everyone? Assalamu alaikum. It is a Friday. Time is flying by fast. Another Friday is here. You know, it just seemed like 7 days ago it was last Friday, but yeah, time is flying. Every time I look at the calendar, it's Thursday or Friday. And it's a good energy in the air. I mean, I remember Fridays growing up. Friday was like, you looked forward to it, and parents were happy, and we had TGIF Friday, we had, Steve Urkel and Full House and Alf. Alf is pretty old, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about some things, a lot of people have questions, and the answers are not being given in a new form, in a way that you can grasp and understand and do. It seems like a really big problem, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So on this Friday post khutbah will be on understanding, intent versus desire, and synchronicities, and repeating numbers. We can't not avoid talking about these things anymore. Synchronicities and repeating numbers. So we'll get into that. Not too long. I don't have much battery power left, but maybe half an hour. So join me for the next half hour, and we'll get into some life hacking information that if you apply it, if you understand it, if you're willing to understand it, then it has to change your life, because you will look at things a different way. Intent versus desire. So a lot of people, I'm going to give myself as an example, because I was like everybody else. I wanted that big house, I wanted that awesome job, I wanted that thing, I wanted something to, it was just to first of all, you have to do these things to survive, they say, and then you have to just do it because that's how it is, and you'll make your parents proud, or you'll make your family proud. So people, or you will find financial security, and you will have the car and the house, and but see, that is not an intent. That though all those things I said, they're desires. And not only that, they're a lower realm desire. So, for example, why do you desire a bigger house? Or why do you desire a new car? When you have your car that is working fine, but you desire a new car. Why? Because everybody else has a new car, and yours is old, and everybody else has a new car, and it's more about what other person will think rather than what's good for you. Now there's another. See, now I'm gonna tie it in together. Now intent is like not there. What is your intent? You have all these desires, all these different desires, but you don't even know what your intent is in life, in your purpose. So, and then we think, well, my intent is to get this degree, and then get a master's degree, and then get a job, or work at some corporation, and then I'll be happy when I'll get that promotion. Then I'll be, every time, it's like there's always something else. It's more like a desire. See, because when you have intent properly, then your intent will fuel your desire. Example. Okay, I want to have a lifestyle where I can go to the gym whenever I want. I can eat the foods that will fuel my body and taste awesome. Okay, travel, share my knowledge with hundreds and thousands of people. That is my intent. See? But my desire is I want to travel, let's just say in business class, okay? My desire is to, I want a car that will make me feel, let my hair out. I want a convertible that sounds awesome, that you see the passion in that car. So, I desire a Porsche, okay? I desire, see, all those things are desires. So now what you do is you become that person that fulfills that intent. So if your intention is to, for example, heal the world, well, no, I'm not going to give that example. Let's just say you have a, let's just say you don't know what to do with your life. You don't feel fulfilled. You don't like your job. You don't see any you're not fulfilled. Period. Yeah, you make money and all that stuff, but you're not fulfilled. But you have this desire to start this business that you always talk about. You always think about this business on the side. That it's not the typical real estate investing and things like that. It is a online business that it's something that the market is there, but every time you talk about it with friends, they all talk about how there's too much competition going on in that thing and this and that, and you share your idea with, you're excited about this business idea you have of your own, and you share it with like 2, 3, 4 people, and by the time you get to the fourth person, you're convinced that it's not a good idea anymore, and you just put it in the back burner. And you do that with many businesses. See, that your energy is what your intention is. See, your intention is to not just make a quick buck. No, I'm just saying, example, what's the idea? I'm just saying is, say you have an idea. You have, your life. You know what you've been through in your life. If you have worked that corporate lifestyle and you lived in a city like Chicago, and you've seen people that are like on top of their game, and they love their life and they love what they do. They love waking up. It's like, how do I become that person? What are they doing differently? It's just fear. It's like you set your intent. So you set your intention to fulfill your desire. Now, is it possible that if I go to somebody hires me for a weekend to teach them about this, about how to change their business around, for example, how to heal themselves, how to utilize the ethers, and how to create that energy, how to create that purpose, how to kind of see behind the curtain. Basically, there's people like that travel the world, and they just basically teach people, or they consult with people, or they get called out to I just talked to somebody today, actually, in Jimma time. They have a brick and mortar in the mall, and it's like, dude, and they don't have an online website, and I'm like, dude, you have to have an online presence, and it's not that you just put up an online store with some pictures on it. You have to, because then when you do it with the intention of spreading a good product that you actually believe in, then it'll show in your energy. It'll show in your lifestyle. If I didn't eat apple cider vinegar and make drinks out of it, or I didn't eat turmeric every day, I wouldn't promote it. I wouldn't talk about it. Like if I got offered by McDonald's right now $15,000 to do a commercial, I would turn it down. I would. Or I can be like the person that just cares about the money. Dude, I've tried duck eggs years ago. I know duck eggs are awesome. Duck eggs are the difference that makes in cakes. See, a legitimate cake maker, a legitimate baker versus an amateur or amateur pro or almost legitimate, it is the duck eggs, not regular eggs, because they're more fluffy and they have more fat and they have more taste. So yeah, duck eggs are legit, but in Ohio, okay, desire. So have your intention fulfill your desire. See, my intention is to travel the world, blah blah blah. So my desire is to spread my knowledge, to spread certain, to show, give someone a light. For example, that's how I'm going to fulfill. That's how my intent, and my desires will be fulfilled from that. But to do that, I have to become that same energy. I can't talk about health and wellness if I'm sick, for example. Sick as in like I'm not a healthy person. Doesn't matter how many titles you have after your name. There's this big thing on being a coach and a life coach and personal trainer, and you just get a certificate from some company, right? That doesn't make a person a life coach. That's just somebody that got some letters after their name, and that energy is different than someone that has walked the path. But I'm not going to submit to learning a system that's left brain dominant just so I can trick somebody and get more customers. Because I have something past my name. I don't need anything else. You just have to be it. I don't need an outside energy source to give me light. Now, those things could be supplements. See, they're supplements to life. That it doesn't create life. It doesn't create your living. Those letters past your name. That's just a supplement. And anyway, so I'll get to like synchronicities. Synchronicities and repeating numbers. They're both kind of the same. Now, you understand that if you heard me talk before, I talk about vibration, I talk about matter and energy, and there's nothing wrong about that actually, because we agree. I mean, religions agree, and everything everything has space between them, in an atomic level, and everything is energy, and even your thought is energy. For example, say you are on a Sunday night, Friday night, say for example, you have a lot of energy now, you want to hang out, go out with your friends, and you're getting ready to go out, and it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and they call you up last minute, and they're like, hey, I can't make it, I can't make it, I got to do this thing, sorry, and you don't have any friends, all of a sudden your excitement level just boom, because you don't want to go alone. See, it goes down all the way. What happened? Your energy got taken away because you tied your future happiness to an event of like going out, and once that event's it was not going to happen, that thing got cut off. That was your energy. See, you got cut. Now, same way, say say you don't go out much at all, and you like staying home and you like watching Netflix, and it's Friday night, and you have the Netflix ready, and your popcorn that you make, you have it ready, and you really enjoy, being alone. And it's not like you're recluse or anything, or you don't like anybody. You just like being by yourself and analyzing the movie and watching it by yourself. That's cool. I do that a lot, and you don't want to go out. But then a friend, out of the blue, calls you up after a couple of years, and it's like, hey, let's hang out. Let's go to this, pool hall, or let's go, have some coffee, Then, and it's a friend that you knew since your childhood, All of a sudden, you're going to have energy to go out. So where did that energy come from? It came from your thought. It's a vibration that you created on your own. It was from your own nuclear energy. Like nuclear power plants. We have one. It's our soul. And if you know that, then you can harness that energy from anything. From anything. From what? Though it's like, what from anything? What do you mean? But from your intent, from your higher intent, not just intent to make a lot of money, and that's it. No, your intent to shine your life energy, your thing you love to do. Just do it. because whatever it is, if you do it with your own love, with your love, not just because what your dad will think or your parents will think or your friends will think this or that, you do it with your own love, then that thing is going to show it, and people will recognize it automatically because it's going to be a higher form of energy. Okay, and once you start on this path, then you start seeing, it's like the creation comes behind you. Now, before everybody's fighting against the current, now you're turned around, and now you're going with the flow, and all you do is you set your rudder. You see a rock coming up, you set your rudder and you avoid it, and that's how it is. And there's synchronicities, and you just let go and let God. That's the kind of thing. But you can't just let go and let God, thinking that you have, but you're still following, what this person thinks and what that person thinks, and this person pisses you off, and you open the TV and Trump is doing this and that pisses you off. You're giving your energy to all these different things. See, you cannot, unless you're into that. But why? Why? I mean, you can do what you want, but I'm saying is when you know there's something more to life than just the mundane stuff you're doing, and you're not fulfilled, then there is more to life, and you have to know the system. So you'll see repeating numbers. Every time you look at the clock, it's repeating numbers. I'm going to break down a couple numbers actually for you, because in numerology, it's just every color has a tone, a vibrational tone frequency to it, which is a number. For example, you see 1111, you see 00, you see 66, or you see 6 here, 6 there, and you just kind of see it. You see 7788, 99, or you see like 111, 11, all these 33, or you see certain numbers. Just you notice them more. Just inherently, you just see them more. I can't explain it. It's like you see a person with this jersey with like, with a number, for example, 1989. Those T-shirts. It's 1989. XXL. So you see that, for example, and you think of that year 89 when you were in 5th grade, and 89. Right? And then you start driving, and you see a license plate. The last 2 numbers are 89, and then you see like. You see another, you see something else just in like out of the blue, you see it. And see, that's an energy see, what happened was that you started thinking about 1989 and the summer of 1989, and then you had a happiness, a higher state of energy being, and you've been thinking about it more, now more, and you're thinking about those nice thoughts more, that time period, at that vibration more, and you project it to the reality. And it shows up for you. That's synchronicity. That's like higher self, God, telling you, showing you that you're on the right track. But these numbers have meanings. There's no power to them; they just have meaning to it. So, for example, 00. Say like you see 00 a lot more. That is the number of like unlimited possibilities, because. We know numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and infinity. But actually, there's only 9 numbers and 1 space. Okay, one circle, which is like, infinity, right? And that's 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 makes up all the numbers. So when you see repeating numbers, it means something. For example, 00, when you see that and it resonates with you, and you're on this journey to be receptive to this, then that means it's unlimited possibilities. Then you can add that to, for example, 0011. Say you see it in front of you, or you see it just in your life. You see not just in numbers, but in like structures, or in like two palm trees. That's 11. That's 2 palm trees, 11. Okay, like that. So that means it's incoming. Listen, be aware of your surroundings, be aware of yourself. And if you can't be aware of yourself in the correct form, if yourself is like falling apart, you know what I mean? So this path is holistic. You have to start fixing your physical self so it is more aware of the nuances. It's listen to your intuition more. When you see this number 1111, you're having. Just listen to your intuition, okay? and let it guide you. Let your higher intuition guide you. You see 2-2 a lot. That's building. That's the number for building. You need to focus on creating your reality. Create your own space. Create your mornings. Create your work schedule. Manage your time. Be disciplined about that. Create your reality. Okay, 3-3. Okay, this is really important. This is a master number. 3-3. Also, this is the time when you see it a lot more. Speak up. Okay, now it's time to speak up. Okay, see, but you won't see 3-3 unless you're ready for it. See, you will not see these higher numbers unless you haven't got the foundation first. It's like a ladder. You start seeing, because you raise your awareness to a higher and higher level. Okay. So, for example, 3-3, speak up, let it out, create it. It's time to actively create it, not just think about it. After you're creating your reality, focus on it, creating your reality. Now you speak it up. You're not shy anymore. You're letting people know. You're showing people your skills and whatever love you have. Your artwork or your pottery. I don't know what. It could be anything. Okay. 4-4. Okay. Don't be too crazy. That's what I mean. Structure. Focus on the structure. See, I'm seeing 4-4 a lot more now too, because I can't get too. I have to create structure in my talks. I have to have talking points. I can't just be left field, because this topic encompasses every part of life. So you can go on any tangents all the time. All right. So I have to create structure. You can't be lazy anymore. You have to do what it freaking takes. You have to do meal prep. You have to wake up at 4 a.m. Okay. Don't be crazy. Create structure that fulfills your goals and your needs. Okay. 6-6. Okay. Respond to love with love. Respond to hate with a higher vibration. Don't go back down and hate and get in a pissing match. But if you see this a lot, you'll understand. You'll know this already. Attention is needed. To that. So respond to everything with a higher vibration. Vibe above all this bullshit. Vibe above it. Okay. 7-7. Okay, seek the unknown. Okay, seek the unknown. 7-7. Seek the unknown. Look in. Leap. Okay, and leap and create it. It's like jumping out of the airplane and creating a parachute on the way down. You create it. It's like you're flying. You're creating your airplane on the way down. You leap and make the leap. I'm seeing that a lot more too. 8, power up. It's just 8. It's infinity, right? It's infinity symbol. 8, just power up with yourself. Actually, you have energy. Your left hand takes, your right hand gives, so you can hold your hand together. See, you're creating energy yourself. That's why they do this stuff. That's why they do this stuff. It's creating a loop, energy loop. And number 9, that's another number that you have to embody this new self, the self you have created, from not what society thinks or what this person expects of you, but what you want of yourself. You become that person. You start creating that person. It's like literally the world is a stage, and we are actors in a stage. But actors play characters. Yes, we're all actors, but don't let your true character be suppressed. You create that character with this divine help, with this creation. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Look at this. I mean, beauty is all around us. People complain about all kinds of shit all the time. No matter where you are, people are complaining. Look at this. And understand your right brain and getting into that imagination and just deep imagination realm, because everything is possible. Don't be so stuck on the logic of you. Don't look in the mirror and say, oh, there's no way I can get fit. Look at me. You know, no, don't buy into that. That's your ego. That's that character that was kind of forced on you without your knowledge, you know, but with your consent. Without your knowledge, but with your consent. Believe it or not, with your consent. Because no one forced you to do those things. It was pressures and, you know, other people's opinion of you, things like that. But own it. You have to own your past, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. Own it. And with the numbers, you know, everything has a number code to it. Symbols, colors, you know, your name has a certain vibration, you know. Because when I say your name, for example, Sayyid Umar Warsi. Sayyid, I don't know, Umar. That's what they call you, right? Umar. People call you Umar. Umar is a tone. It is a frequency. It is a... So when it comes in my ear and it goes in my brain and it creates a whole like database of Umar. I know what Umar is. I know which Umar it is, you know? Even if I know 10 Umars, I know it's that Umar, it's this one. So it's like your name has a vibration, and the more what you think of yourself and you hear your name, it's gonna make you who you are. So if your name is something like it means to be bold and daring, you know, that's a name. To be bold and daring. For example, Tristan. There's a name called Tristan, and it's bold. To be bold and daring. Now, not bold in like a stupid sense, but a bold person, the hero, you know? And this person is shy and kind of like every step it needs someone's approval all the time, you know? Like, oh, am I working out right? I need your approval, you know? It's like, no, be your name. You've heard it called to you hundreds, thousands of times throughout your lifetime. It is a vibration. You start being that vibration. You start being bolder, not in an arrogant sense, but in a higher state. You start being bolder, as in like you start working out differently, you know, not doing the same thing as everybody else, you know, because if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're going to get the same result as everyone else is. And we think that we can get some different result by doing the same thing. It's crazy. You have to do things differently. You have to think differently. And to even think differently, you have to start thinking less logic and more imagination. See? Everybody's like, oh, no, you can't do this because of this. Because, it's like, you know, the reason why, you know, this person is able to build this empire and understand this spirituality thing is because they read books, you know? No. Like, for example, I had a talk with somebody about Phil Knight. Phil Knight, how he knows numerology and all these things because he understands what energy is. And Nike is one of the names for the god of Venus, or Venus, yeah, the goddess Venus. It's that energy. It's a beauty. It's you know, it's like beauty. It's you know, it's a beauty, not like lust kind of beauty. It's like just beautiful, you know. It's beautiful. Everybody wants to be beautiful, right? And then underneath is a swoosh. That swoosh is the energy of Saturn, which is structure, which is logic. See, Saturn is logic, and Nike is pure imagination, beauty. And combined that pure imagination and beauty with structure, then what do you have? You have a freaking company that a guy started from nothing. And then people say, no, he went to this business school and that's why he got that knowledge. No, they don't teach this stuff in business school. They don't teach occult science in business school. All right, they don't teach this stuff. Anyway, I think I said too much. But this is it, you know. So it is a process because your old self, your ego, doesn't want to change. It wants to survive as much as it can, and it's going to say, don't listen to him. It's wrong. He didn't go to your college. He didn't go to that. He doesn't have a PhD. Don't listen to him. You know. But hey, it's up to you. I'm just the messenger of transformation. You know. When all, anything's possible. If I can do it, you can do it. It's never too late. It's never too late. And you just gotta be, instead of looking for happiness at a set period of time, or when this happens and when that happens, decide to be happy now. If you were happy right now, what would you be doing differently? If you were energetic and happy and running around and just being full of life and just optimistic, how would you eat? How would you think? What would you watch? And just start doing that. And to destroy your old self. Burn it, kill it. You have to die. This is a process of death and destruction. Because from death and destruction of your old self, that new self will come. Okay, just follow me on Instagram. It's American Desi _guru. It's pretty clever, right? Before I was all kinds of things. But hey, I used to be ashamed of being Indian and growing up in rural America. I used to be ashamed of being Indian. I used to be ashamed of my culture. And not anymore, because we have a great culture. And there's people living in a lower realm, but hey, you know what? They can think however they want to think. I don't care what you do with your life. Seriously, as long as you see, the problem is, why am I even saying this? Because the problem is when you get too dogmatic and left-brained, then it's all about logic, and if it's not your logic and how your logic is, then it is wrong, and you better believe in my logic, and then I'm going to have war with you. I'm going to hate you because you don't do this the way I think it should be done. See, that's when I have a problem with it, personally, because you're not, I'm not going to, that's just more suppression, The world, people need to hear the truth, and the truth is coming out. The truth is, the cat's out of the bag, You can't put it back in. We have to shed your skin. You have to become, like a serpent. You have to shed your skin. You got to keep on outgrowing it all the time. Don't get too comfortable in your skin because it's going to start rotting. It's going to start smelling. Stagnation is stink. It's bad for you. And yeah. So have a awesome Friday, and have a awesome day, and just tune in to me, and please interact with me and let me know what if you have any questions, anything like that. And I don't want any complaining, seriously. If you complain in your life, if you don't have any solutions for yourself, or your friends don't have any solutions, or everything is just that lower, complaining, or just sitting on your like dreams, that's what you're doing, sitting on your dreams. Okay, so you guys have a awesome time, and just think better of yourself. When you look in the mirror, don't think of an old person. Don't think of your best days are behind you. Think of a new you, and start becoming that.